Australian royal commentator, columnist and reporter Angela Mollard appeared on Sunrise to share the latest events surrounding Meghan Markle's legal case against Associated Newspapers. But while giving the details of what has happened so far, Ms. Mollard echoed concerns that Meghan's credibility had been destroyed by the lawsuit after it was revealed she did brief staff about the Finding Freedom biography and expected her letter to Thomas Markle to be leaked. Ms. Mollard concluded by saying the Duchess of Sussex's ratings were likely low because of the revelations, as it goes against what was made public. Speaking on Sunrise, the panel discussed Meghan's latest battle with Associated Newspapers and its appeal process. The presenters remarked a lot of dirty laundry was being aired, with Ms. Mollard invited to give the lowdown on events. She told the program, "Look, I think that there's a massive twist. I mean, some commentators are saying that this is really the end of Meghan's credibility." Radio presenter Christo Falk has appeared on Jeremy Vine on 5 and argued the Sussexes are allegedly losing their credibility day after day. He suggested because Meghan forgot about briefing her staff about Finding Freedom, her allegations during the Oprah Winfrey interview must also be questioned. In the aftermath of the interview, Buckingham Palace released a statement about some of the claims made and said recollections may vary. Ms. Mollard continued, "So what's happened is we know that Mail on Sunday has challenged the court ruling that they breached her privacy. There's new text messages between her and her former communications secretary which show two things. One, that she contributed to the Finding Freedom book, and secondly that she asked her communications secretary to help her write the letter she wrote to her father, which is the basis of this case." Ms. Mollard added Meghan was concerned the letter would be leaked, so edited the language used to pull at the heartstrings if made public. The Australian reporter said it was very manipulative to write to her father knowing it may be made public. Ms. Mollard theorized Meghan's ratings were likely very low at the moment and said it was not what the Queen would like to see as she rests due to health issues. Women's rights activist Dr. Sholomos Shogbamimu defended Meghan and said it made zero difference to the privacy claim that she won. She said, "The question in the latest faux outrage about Meghan is not whether she loses credibility for not informing the High Court that her former Comms Secretary, Jason Knauf, provided some information for the unauthorized biography, Finding Freedom, to authors Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durand, with her knowledge. No, the only question is whether this would have made a difference to the outcome of the privacy claim she won against Associated Newspapers Limited, publisher of the Mail on Sunday. The fact is it should make zero difference." Associated Newspapers launched an appeal against the High Court's summary judgment on Meghan Markle's privacy case against them. It meant the case did not go to full trial, which would have allowed the publishers to get into the nuances of their case. However, during their appeal process, a former aide to the Sussexes, Jason Knauf, testified that he was given permission to brief the authors of Finding Freedom. The Sussexes have repeatedly stated they had nothing to do with the book and have tried to distance themselves from it. Mr. Knauf also showed messages which saw Meghan asking if she should edit her language in a letter written to her father, expecting it to be leaked. Associated Newspapers claim Meghan wrote the letter accepting the public would read it and therefore had no issue of it being made public. Meghan apologized to the court following the testimony and claims she forgot about briefing her staff. Another news, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have revealed what their eldest child Archie's favorite song is, as they sang it during a recent visit to a U.S. military base on Thursday 11th of November. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex went to Joint Base McGuire-Dix Lakehurst in New Jersey to speak Afghan refugees who had recently arrived after they evacuated when their country fell to the Taliban. During their trip, Meghan, 40, who recently gushed over her husband as she stunned on the red carpet in New York, and Prince Harry, 37, spoke to a classroom of children who are learning to speak English. The former Suits actress held up different colored pens in front of the kids as they shouted out the correct colors in response, demonstrating how far their language skills have come. The Duchess also sang a round of heads, shoulders, knees and toes with the children, which they were told is her 2-year-old son Archie's favorite song. Harry and Meghan also spoke to service members and their partners to reflect on the day of commemoration in the UK and Veterans Day in the US on the same base. Harry, who served in the military himself for 10 years, which included 2 tours of Afghanistan, looked dapper in a grey suit with a white shirt, while Meghan donned a black Giorgio Armani faux wrap dress. Speaking to the veterans, Harry shared, "My experience in the military made me who I am today, and I will always be grateful for the people I got to serve with, wherever in the world we were." Opening up on mental health, he continued, "But in war, you also see and experience things you hope no one else has to. These stay with us, sometimes like a slideshow of images." A day earlier, Harry joked about living the American dream while attending the Intrepid Valor Awards to honor veterans in New York ahead of Remembrance Day. The royal, who recently slammed rabid and damaging media in a bitter speech, discussed his time on hot dog-shaped car Oscar Mayer Wienermobile while addressing the audience at the Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum. "It's wonderful to be back on USS Intrepid a decade after my last visit, and a lot has changed since then," the royal said, before joking, "Just last week, I went for a ride on the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. How's that for living the American dream?"